Hey, welcome aboard! The Earthen and the Arathi are on the island already. We gotta catch up. What's the job?
Where's Gazlo? I'm Gazlo's assistant. I lead the Grease Monkeys and I'm generally in charge of most ventures that Monty's too busy to run, which is almost everything these days. Being part of the Horde Council doesn't give him a lot of free time, and with his recent business in Kaz Algar lately, well, I'm here to be his eyes and ears out in the field where he can't be. The Grease Monkeys will always get the job done, whatever and wherever it is. Alright. So what do you know about this Siren Isle? Oh, almost nothing, unfortunately. I put my best guys on it to see what they could dig up. They didn't find much, just a few tales about, tales from Borealis. The oldest record that we could find was some Cultiran fable or something warning us of the dangers of the Call, whatever that means. Couldn't find any charts or nothing. Seems like a place that most have steered clear from, but it sounds like an opportunity if you ask me. Thankfully, Rickett and my ground crew gave us enough data to work with so we could find our way back. Alright.
No slacking.
So you're the one that Don convinced to join us, huh? Well, hurry up. They've been adamant about getting us a proper Storm Rider Ranger whatever escort out of the city, but it's taking too long. The Arathi and the other Earthen are already on the isle, and Rickett is probably wondering where the heck we are. Come on, I can give you the deets on the way.
Break time's over. The boss is what?
The Siren Isle is a mystery, a potentially profitable one. My crew thought they hit it big when they found the deserted isle with some strange singing crystal. Turns out everyone in Dornagal is interested in unclaimed strange singing crystals. Both the Arathi and the Earthen scrambled quick and were off before we could even charter a Zeppelin. Fortunately for us, Rickett and crew have gone ahead to set up. We're the last to depart, and I'm itching to go. What are we waiting for?
Back to work.
Just got here, I'm already getting alerts about rares.
Meet me below and watch your step.
I don't know what you're laughing about, pal. Did you forget that I'm a demon hunter? I don't need to watch my step. Whee! Hey, it's Jack the Hammer.
My crew's always ready to work.
We made it safe and sound. Rickett says the whole camp's still buzzing about the crystal. Seems like everyone's got different ideas on how to go about figuring out what to do with it. I didn't like Rickett and I's way, but you might be better at diplomacy. You want to get involved?
The boss is watching.
So, actually, it's not even showing here on the map. That's interesting. So this is the Siren Isle, so that goes to Gundergaz, and this goes to Dornagal. Huh, interesting.
You on the clock?
See, Rickett offered to dig it up, but the Arathi expedition lady didn't seem too keen on that. Gave her an earful. Could hear it from the airship. Yeesh. Vargas, the Earthen Ordnant, or whatever that means, proposed scanning the crystal to help us understand it better. I don't need to understand it. All I need is my cut. But I'm fine laying low and doing what they want. Go talk to Vargas at the Earthen camp and see how they're coming along and if we can help.
Back to the competition's hard at work. You should say hello to the neighbors, real friendly like.
Like seeing some of the different camps that are set up here for different
Are you
things
here
here.
to lend a hand? Admirable. Perhaps we can all work together. My programming is expanded to exploration and
another new arrival, here to lend a hand to our efforts.
Forge your own path.
In order to understand the singing crystal at the heart of the island, we will need some special machinery. We have forged a device to scan its exposed facets, but the crystal's energies are far too complex to read. It has a highly unusual energy signature. The goblins and Arathi seem keen to contribute, so let us proceed with their help. Take my toolbox and retrieve the prototype and the components the Arathi and goblins have prepared.
We Earthen are here to study the crystal. The goblins and the Arathi, we are still processing how to collaborate.
Interpreting a massive crystal's energy is a specialized process. Maybe the Arathi learned something from Beladar.
Outsiders are a welcome surprise.
I have spent most of my adult years among the Sacredites, studying the properties of the radiant remnants, small crystalline fragments found in Hallowfall. Beyond the walls of the Priory, I had seen or experienced very little. I was nervous to embark on the Star Chaser from the Isle of Dorn, but I am glad I did. For the first time in ages, I feel inspired and enlightened. Maybe it's the rhythm of Lorendel's song, or maybe it's just the salty air.
I need to target something first.
Can you help the Earthen's device interpret the crystal's energies?
Find joy.
My sacred crystals could help harmonize your readings, but you'll need more power.
So they... I love Jack holding up an a put together umbrella here. Just look at this umbrella. Look at this. To protect Skagit from the rain. That's great. So we have Sky Captain Elena Lancecat, the captain of the Star Chaser. Captain? Captain on the bridge.
What do you need, batteries? These puppies should keep the scanner juiced up. You're good to go.
Don't mind if I do. Alright, let's see if we can put together this device.
Are you here to help the awakened? Task complete. Now we can use the crystal's signature to track its facets.
Normally our technology is quite capable when it comes to crystals and the energies found within them. But the energies found here are anomalous and don't synchronize with our technology.
May your work serve
Skepticism disengaged. It would seem the radiant remnants from Hallowfall harmonize perfectly with the energies found here, giving us a proper signature to latch onto. The goblins' batteries are more than we need, but they appear to be doing the job effectively. We're almost ready for the field test.
Fortify your armor. Fortify
Intriguing.
your will.
These radiant remnants from the Arathi seem to have given our device the necessary focus it needed. All that remains is to attune it properly to its size. In order to attune to the signal, we'll need to set up some pylons around the site. There is testing to initiate. Follow me if you would like to assist me. We must construct additional pylons.
May your work. I'll set some metal pylons to focus the signal. Meet me over the hill.
They were setting this up and they thought to themselves, there's no way we can't call
I
them
can't attack
pylons.
that
We have to
target.
for the joke. Oh, apparently you can't fly here. Another one of these zones where it's like, nope, you can't fly. You want to fly? Too bad. Oh, this looks familiar.
That part goes over there.
This singing crystal is remarkably like Beladar. We should treat it with reverence.
And this site reminds me of the Azurite sites in BFA.
Signal augmented. One more reading should calibrate the device. That's it. Its energies are beyond my capacity to process. The crystal extends far beneath the surface. Conversation initiated.
Fascinating. The pylon's attunement indicates that this crystal is far larger than this facet would suggest. According to the complexity of the signature, it appears to stretch for miles beneath our feet and... Wait. What is this? A second signature appears to be originating from over the hill? Curious indeed.
Forge your own path.
An unexpected development. The energy signature appears to have a secondary source. It is just north of here. Curiosity activated. Judging from the estimated size of the crystal, I theorize it might be a secondary exposed facet. Further investigation is required. Follow me.
Fortify your armor. Intriguing. I'm detecting a secondary reading from the north. This requires more investigation.
Huh. I'm sorry, do we have Vrykul here?
How can my hammer serve?
It would seem we are not alone on this island after all. Yep, Vrykul are here. To initiate violence before diplomatic engagement. An illogical provocation that yielded unfortunate consequences. Thanks, Spock.
Conversation terminated.
Unless it is a convergence of coincidence. Hold on. Wow. As you were saying, unless it is a convergence of coincidence, whoever these large outlanders are, they appear to also be interested in the crystal signal and the location of its origin. We Earthen do not often take stock in coincidences. Engage your defense protocols. These outlanders are not hospitable like your people.
For the signals coming from that cave, it seems like we're not the only ones to take interest in it. We need to get in there.
It's too far away.
Fascinating. The energy is focused through that tablet. My programming is expanded to exploration and
The crystals on that tablet. If those small crystals are the source of the new energy signature, then why do they give off a stronger reading than the larger facet on the surface? There is something else here we are missing.
Conversation terminated.
These ruins are quite old. Well, old by most Outlander standards, which begs the question, was finding this chamber the unfriendly Outlander's directive? Or was it finding the tablet? One clue is that my readings suggest energy is flowing through the tablet as a conduit rather than originating from it. Shall we take a closer look? Perhaps investigation will yield some answers, and the source of the energy readings.
Forge your own path. Analyzing. This tablet's markings seem familiar.
The Song of Circe.
Remarkable. The signal's energy surrounds this structure. How deep does this go? Echoes of the past. This structure clearly has a history.
The relief depicts a large chamber with a gathering of humanoid figures, the tallest of which holds her fist aloft. A small embedded gold sliver glimmers from her finger. In the center of the cavern, jutting up from the floor, sits a massive crystalline facet. The cavern grew. By tools and hands, a cradle for heart to rest. From stones to shrine, the Sturmvin laid. For Himmelsul's voice, once fierce, had calmed. Though Circe spoke to heart, its voice was faint, a whisper barely heard. And so, with iron hands, I carved, I forged, a circlet born of radiant ore, fit for the hand of Circe, a ring adorned with smaller shards of heart, remnants smoothed and carved, with runes of storm. Citrines lit, their faces aglow with soft song. Through the circle together, Circe and Himsul sang.
The signal is getting stronger. It's coming from that chamber.
Hold on. Oh, there's more of these. A relief depicts a bearded metallic figure holding a stone tablet and a chisel. Beneath his feet, an image of a chamber with a crystal facet. Above him stands a towering structure. This monolith is carved in a different hand than the others. Noble Jardfear with loyalty and wisdom, seared into iron hide. First carver of the Sturmvin, advisor to Circe and protector of Himmelsul. From stone our temple shaped, its guardians wrought with life through runes of old. Tempered and nurtured, our bond with Himmelsul grew and her call sang. From his hand and her voice, the Sturmvin found their call. Few outside the Sturmvin know the craft of runic binding, the art of stone carving. To bind the storms of north into the stones of earth was a craft rarely mastered. Wrought by runes and will, his guardians of stone rose to stand vigil within. Though few learned his secrets, many would face his creations. Through Himmelsul's song, Jardfear's designs would flourish, as carved by Valwyn, apprentice ward of the stone carver. This tablet depicts a great battle between humanoid metallic figures and serpentine creatures emerging from the sea. Although the metallic figures are outnumbered, winged humanoids and stone guardians appear to fight at their side. The largest of the metallic figures gestures with a golden sliver embedded finger, while above her soars a winged creature. Its head hit sand, its black blood sprayed, Circe's blade shone bright. From darkened depths a presence stirred, over wail and pain she cried. Hear us, O heart, upon this land we Sturmvin stand, to hold back a tide of woe. Guide us with your song, your heart, and make your pain our own. As she called across sea and sky, they rose, a tide of scales and numbers never met, as serpents died and horrors fell. Iron hide with blood was slick. The rumbling skies cracked. Thrair's fury tore through endless scales. By hand from earth rose guards of stone. Against the tide they crashed. On golden wings from high above her plea was heard. A heaven's gift they brought, and yet the tide ensued. With numbers few a final song rang out, while Circe clashed As Thrayer shrieked, her clanskin fell to scales. The stone guards cracked as rubble split, dragged to the waters deep. From the skies they fell, the gold ones screamed, their wings and spears torn asunder. With heavy soul, Circe looked upon her kin and called, "Retreat to the vault, protect our heart." As those yet lived obeyed, Circe stood upon our shores and faced the darkness alone. The monolith depicts a vast stone tower collapsing into a massive wave. In the shadow of the wave, a faint figure can be seen. Beneath the tower, in an underground chamber, humanoid figures take shelter before a glittering gold facet. For generations past, our purpose held the luminous heart at ease. When land seized and heaved, the skies flashed in noxious green. Our bastion cracked as towers fell, and waters black encroached. In vault beneath, we Sturmwind prayed, Circe's hand upon her heart. But when tremors grew, its cries rang out, Himisul's squall renewed. While silence fell, the cry still pained, our stone-ruined doors unsealed. As Circe strode forth, our bastion ruined, surrounded by waters new. Upon our shores a dark thing stood, its words in our minds, it spoke. The Deep One stirs, this place calls out, his right to claim is nigh. Kneel before the Old One's gifts, their powers yours combined. Let our powers combine. Oh gosh, it's Captain Planet! Hold on. Okay, so it looks like it's actually back over here. Alright, so I'm curious. Okay, so of course every time I come by one of these things, I'm going to have to take them out. The question is this thing going to attack me here? This construct right here?
I need to get closer.
A single slab of stone embedded with crystalline fragments, the ancient tablet is decorated with intricately carved images and runic letters. A relief depicts a stoic metal-skinned figure. Upon her shoulders sits a majestic winged creature with sparkling Kakachon crystals set as its eyes. The pair are staring upon a massive crystalline facet. As broken tools were cast aside, we found beneath the ground. For months we heard, and for months we searched. A golden crystal encased by stone, its glow like a torch in the dark. Upon its face Circe's hand was pressed, a sound, a cry, but not of pain or plea of help, but of calm, of grace. Himisul, the luminous heart. Its radiance and face, as if carved by unseen hands. Many stones I have carved, my iron hands, my tools, but the splendor of Himisul has opened my eyes. New designs, patterns, and structures. My mind is clear. And it looks like there was one more over here that I just kind of missed. A relief depicts an imposing metal-skinned figure. There is a large ring on the gauntlet of a raised hand. With our Lord of Thunder silent, the mighty Circe led her clan from Sturm Pike and away from the winter scorn's unquenched thirst for war. As we fled the cold northern winds at iron backs, we questioned our clan's purpose. Who did we stand to protect? For without the keepers, who did we serve? Our prayers were answered years after our exodus. From beneath the earth, we heard its cry, a plea for help, an anguished call. For Circe's ears, the call was our destiny, and so she led us towards the voice. Could they be referring to Thoradin? Back in Ulduar? I mean, they did mention the Keepers, so that would make sense.
What's this? An ancient shrine. Another crystal facet. And the gleam of something promising.
By the Forge, this is most certainly the source of the second signature. Though the energies here appear to have fused with the original, it's almost like it wanted us to find this place.
May your work serve others.
This vault, this crystal. Who made this place? Who lived here? And who is this Circe we keep seeing mentioned on the tablets? When we set off to learn about the crystal, I did not anticipate discovering the remnants of an ancient civilization far beneath the earth. This bears closer examination, don't you think?
Forge your own. This bears closer examination. After you. See what you can find. By the Titans, an ancient construct. This is more of an adventure than even I desired. We should get this artifact back to the workshop for examination.
Let's get out of here.
Fortify your armor. Fortify your will.
And we're back.
Are you here to help the awakened? May your work serve others.
More queries and very few answers. Fortunately, the device was able to gather some data from the energy readings. It will take time to process, but we will soon have a better understanding of the Siren crystal. In the meantime, let's take a closer look at that ring and citrine shard that you found. And Gorla here will be able to help.
Conversation terminated.
Transaction complete.
Oh. Interesting. The cracked citrine you found seems to be a perfect fit for one of the sockets found in the ring, yet the ring appears to be rejecting the piece. If we can repair the citrine and stabilize the energy within the shard, perhaps the ring will accept it. Since you've been so helpful with Vargas, care to lend another hand? When? I don't remember hearing about this. Is this a new thing we're going to be able to utilize coming up? A new mechanic? Huh.
The crystal you found is cracked. Let's restore it in the forge.
I'd prefer to just observe and take notes.
Every sail tells a story.
Sorry, I usually prefer to just simply skip the minigames here. Sometimes minigames can be fun, but sometimes, well, they can be rather annoying. So, in this case, I'm fine with just being like, I'm going to just simply watch, observe, and take some notes. I even have my little book and quill pen right here. Yes, I'm going to be taking some notes from my observations here. Yes, yes, yes. Besides, you guys look like you know what you're doing. I'd just be getting in the way.
Task complete. I can hear it singing. It's ready for the artifact.
Transaction complete.
That seemed to do the trick. I've never felt such energy radiate from such a small crystal before. The runes engraved on it are quite ancient and very powerful.
Every sail tells a story. find me something.
Can you hear it? This small, humble citrine is calling out to the circlet, just as the Siren crystal called out to you and to all of us. I'm uncertain that what will happen when you reunify them, but there's only one way to find out. Place the circlet upon your finger and socket the citrine into the setting. Equip the circlet and then socket the citrine into the socket. Then remove the rune citrine from the socket.
The crystal is calling to the ring.
Oh, I see. Oh man, a 639 ring? And it's got 3 sockets, different one. Oh wow, okay. Now I understand. Wow. Wait, hold on. Which one is this? This is a... Huh. Oh, this is a... Okay, so this is one of those. Right there, gotcha.
Can you feel it, champion? The artifact has awakened.
And then I can unsocket it? I can. That's interesting. I'm not entirely sure if replacing that ring from the Queen... I know it's just the LFR one, but even on sim, like the Raidbot site, it was still simming as my best ring. But I will sim again to see which one is better.
Show me what you found.
I can feel it from here, radiating, thrumming with a long dormant power. Who carved these small little citrines? Why do they appear to fit perfectly into the circlet, and yet they were found separated? Oh, how I wish I had seen what you and Bargus had found within the vault.
Get your feet moving. We got a tunnel to blast open. This kaboom ought to be good.
Some more stuff just
What do you
became
think washed
available
down
and
that
opened
drain?
up.
Maybe it's treasure, or maybe it's monsters, and maybe those
Oh,
monsters
looks like
have
some more
treasure.
stuff here. Can you feel the energy humming through it? The circlet feels awake. Perhaps more secrets lie around the isle, waiting for you to uncover them. Don't encourage us to explore and learn about this isle, but I've got my work cut out for me here. Why don't you see what other secrets you can find? Find and veil hidden treasures around the Siren Isle. The wind will passively guide you toward them. That's interesting. Imbue the circle with the raw magic of this citrine, increasing its item level. Really? Thanks, Dawn. Hello?
May Beladar stay in the light.
What are you making? You seem... inspired.
This morning, the Siren Crystal sang a reverent hymn to me. A restorative anthem from a bygone age.
That sounds like the kind of inspiration we'd receive from Beladar.
Yes, its music soothed me. Now I'm crafting more healing crystals. They'll bring solace to our empire.
Excellent. That's the kind of support we'll need to bolster our troops. We could strengthen our defenses.
I didn't hear a call to battle. I had a hymn of healing. I don't want to go to war again. I want to go home. We're closer to our homelands than ever before.
We're not going to war. It's coming to us. When the others seize that crystal, we'll need more guards.
You need to trust the Earthen and the Goblins. They are not our enemies. We need to work together.
That's the difference between you and me. You build, I protect. And mark my words, we will need that protection.
Outsiders are a welcome surprise. We're all down here together.
Now, what is this? Aha! It's one of these. Interesting. So you can choose to help either of them, and then you can be able to actually like get one of these citrines to add to that ring you have. Zap enemy dealing nature damage. Bathe an ally in restorative water, so that's for healers. But you can't contribute these things. That's interesting. It's the only one I can contribute to, so may as well.
Let's do this thing. Break time's over. Back to work.
Daily stuff to do,
Break
clearly.
time's over.
Game on table look like fun, but Skagit no want Jack to play. Maybe you can sneak in and put a bet down. We see who wins. I probably should have picked up that quest before doing that. But I'll be getting more of those materials to contribute anyway, so... So it looks like... Alright, so let's go ahead and focus on this. Since this is the, like, still kind of like part of the important portion of this whole place. Because clearly this is now at a point where it's like, hey, now you have some daily stuff to do. Where you'll be getting these things, which I guess the question I now have is, okay, this whole thing with the ring and putting in the extra stuff in the sockets, is this something that's going to carry over into the next raid, or is this just simply something for us to do to accomplish things here at the end of this patch before it becomes the previous tier? That's my question. Oh, there's nothing back here. Derp. Hello? Hold on. I'll just one-shot you with my trinket here. Don't mind me. Singing fragments. And now we go over there. Okay. Of course, there are other players here, so this will be interesting in terms of, like... Because they're obviously going to be going around doing all this stuff as well. And it's also interesting in the idea that you'll notice some things here are already dead. Because I'm sure a lot of these are either rares that are popping up, since my rare scanner keeps having them go off. And there's even some more dailies scattered around the island here, as you can see.
Outsider. Beware the shadows.
I have to go free the charmed scouts that have been lured by the siren's call, because we have these alluring song twisters, which I recall seeing in BFA. So I'm rather amused by that. I was hoping something was just going to straight up open that, but I guess not. Ah, there it is.
I'm out of range.
And the last one is way up there. There's another quest over here as well. Peak Precision. High winds. The winds of the Siren Isle make it untraversable with flights, so that's the excuse why we can't fly on this place. Because the winds are too strong. Give me a break.
I hear you.
Wait, could this be a way for us to activate flying?
Airship on this island, no matter where it may hide. Allies of the Arathi, prepare for battle. Our troops will strike at this draconic horror within its lair. A barrage of cannon fire will reveal its presence. Prepare yourselves.
Ah. I see. So this way you can collect different citrines and try to customize the ring you want, you have, to have the particular ones that you actually want the most. It's an interesting idea. But again, I just wonder whether or not any of this is actually worth it at this point. Like, is any of this actually important in preparation for the next raid, the next patch? Or is this just for, hey, here's some stuff to give you kind of a leg up in power in case you've been struggling this season. Now you'll be able to actually, like, have a better chance of getting these things done. Like, I just got a 639 ring here, right? So, like, is that, like, the only piece of gear you can have? And can you continue to make it stronger? Like, I have questions.
To trade.
And apparently she can, yeah, like, sell that, I guess, if we wanted it.
Every sale tells a story. Transaction.
Curious. Even as fragments, the pieces hum with energy. I wonder if I press the fragments together, squeeze them in the moment she opens her hands, it reveals a fused shard. Maybe less intricately carved or ornate as the citrine you found in the vault. But there's a power here. Even a small stone like this. We've only just begun our exploration. And that raises the ring to a 642.
We burn brightly together.
Oh, you can walk on the seafloor finding treasures underwater, breathe underwater, swim. Oh, okay. Interesting. That ring of yours has caused quite a stir, hasn't it? And the history behind it. Vrygul? Someone named Sears? I know you and Vargas unlocked more of the ring's potential by scouting the isle, but perhaps you should turn your attention to the sea? Take a ring into the water and see what happens. Bring whatever you find back to me. I'm a bit of a novice, but I might be able to piece whatever you find back together.
Don't despair. The shadows sense it.
Little runt. Aww. Whee! Of course, once you go back to the surface, all of a sudden you are nowhere near running as fast as before. What is slowing me down? Finny Four Eyes.
I don't have a target.
Fire the cannon, you blackguards! We're going down over there.
Get your feet moving. We got a tunnel to blast open. This kaboom ought to be good. Say, what do you think washed down that drain? Maybe it's treasure, or maybe it's monsters, and maybe those monsters have treasure.
It's too far away. I'm out of range.
Yeah, I dispelled them. Yeah. Try to make my way over to the other side of the island for this one. It does seem like a good idea to go ahead and focus on getting these done first, since apparently you're getting like these kind of like interesting buffs in the process, which I imagine is going to help out with the rest of the activities you're going to be doing on this island, so... Now, how come it's not working here? There we go. I was like, yeah. Our queen will have a prize. Azara, are you up to no good again? Are we going to be dealing with the Naga again? I mean, we haven't seen her since the end of BFA, since Nyalotha, so... I have been wondering what Azara has been up to since then. You can tell there's a power here. I hope I can fuse them safely. Here goes nothing, or everything. Impressed? No, don't be. It was fancy glue, to be honest, but hopefully this ring will further our knowledge of the Isle.
Walk in the light. $
6:45. And it looks like that actually might be it. I don't see any more of these other important quests here.
You on the clock? The boss is watching. No slacking.
We will not tolerate a threat to our airship on this island.
Do that again. Could be good stuff we ain't seen yet. Get those caves open and see what's in there.
Our troops will strike at this draconic horror within its lair. A barrage of cannon fire will reveal its presence. Prepare yourselves.
So you contribute, and then when you fulfill it, you get an event when it's fulfilled, and then you go take care of the event, basically. That's what these are, it looks like. Interesting. Okay. So I don't think... It doesn't seem like there's going to be any more actual, like, story going on here. And it looks like some of these are straight-up warband quests as well. Which I guess makes sense. Now, hold on. I am curious about this one.
I hear you.
Hey, what's the good news?
The Siren crystal. It was making a racket this morning. Like a pot banging in my head. Still, it gave me some ideas.
Yeah, you've got a headache. But, what you making? We found you a whole kit and caboodle of crystals.
I'm boosting their energy. You can make some powerful artifacts with these babies.
You know what you should do? Make some explosives. Big bada booms. Did you know what was here before us, Didi? An Azurite mine. Some Kultiran outfit.
Hey, I ain't looking to blow stuff up. I want a power source. A bunch of batteries.
Okay, I get you. After all, what you got cooking could be really valuable.
I ain't in it for the money. I'm in it for the power.
Soon you'll have more power than you know what to do with.
Believe you me, I know what to do with it.
That's our Didi. No opposition on the genius switch.
Do you have anything that could help a starving snapdragon runt? Yeah, I think I got... Whoa, wait your turn, buddy. Take this meat. My buddy Blinky over there cooked it up. It's meat marinated overnight in Kaja Cola. Not only is it tasty, but it should also help the little guy get some energy back. These guys seem to love it, so I'm sure yours will too. Don't mind the color, it's safe to consume.
We'll get it
Mostly.
done.
It will remember you. A growing snapdragon rock. Oh, this is one of those where you get to like take care of it daily, and it grows, and it can become either your pet or your mount. Oh, I love those. Oh, this is cool. You get to like interact with this rope, and it'll climb you back up there if you want to use it to go back to the mainland. That's cool. How you guys doing? Mine. Doesn't look like there's any, like, rest area here. Unless I'm just simply not seeing, like, where the innkeeper would be. Oh, over here. Derp. Here's the rest area. Alright. Which is funny. Oh, here's the innkeeper. He's just laying over here just on the side like, what?
Stay productive in the light. Vigilant
Alright.
in the night.
So that's the Siren Isle. I might do some stuff here. I'm not entirely sure, if I'll be honest. It doesn't really seem all that interesting. Honestly, I may end up just kind of like be waiting until the next part of the story, which is in 5 days when we talk to Khadgar. So I will probably see you guys then. Stay tuned.